All right. What's that? All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on here for you guys. We're going to go into the last week of March. So, I'm literally doing this on March 19th. Tomorrow is the 20th. So, tomorrow, when you're probably going to see this video, which will be starting on March 20th, Mercury goes direct. Okay. And we haven't seen something like this in, like, I want to say 275 years, where every fucking planet goes direct. So this is going to be some hardcore energy for the whole collective. The reason I talk about planets, as is above is below, are influences, and they influence your decision making process, your choices, the paths you're on, the things that you're doing, the things that you're deciding. Tomorrow is a force. Tomorrow is an energy that's going to thrust you forward, especially as we go into Aries season, which starts tomorrow. Now, I bring it up for you. Ten of Pentacles. Wow, already off the bat. Dang. Tarot is the tool we use to see the details, the minutia, the little things, how you're navigating storms, how you're navigating love situations, work, etc. And I've been saying this for the whole collective only because these are powerful, strong ass energies. So when we had the retrograde, yes, we had exes come back, old thoughts, old patterns, old decisions that we used to think, yes, they came to us. They haunted us for a reason, right? You guys are no different here. You're letting it still haunt you a little bit, because you are getting the shadow effects of Mercury retrograde. You have the world in reverse. This is unfinished business. This is why I can't wait for this last week of March to start. Going into April, full throttle, guys. If you're driving a stick shift, hit it in sixth gear. Your car doesn't have sixth gear? Find the fucking car that has sixth gear, because you're going to hop in and you're going to move forward. On what? Those decisions, those choices. It's been bubbling up for you guys since last year. All right. Now I'm looking at the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Swords in reverse. If this is about a marriage, you are kicking somebody to the curb. All right. You are breaking up with them. But you have unresolved and unfinished business here. Others of you, if this is work related, this is a job, this is a company that pays you very well, but you are dealing with an asshole boss. I'm being extremely direct. I'm ripping off the band-aid. I guess I'm feeling those energies too from Aries, because it really is about just moving forward now. There's nothing holding you guys back. But this is your current situation from what I'm looking at. You got unresolved issues over here with this. We'll see more when we clarify. But it's keeping you stuck. And I feel for you, Gemini, you're not going to let it. You're like, the hell I'm going to let this person hold me back? No way. You're going to find yourself coming into your own. And I like it because Aries rules the first house. First house is self-identity, self-values, morals, ethics, how we come up, how we show up. All I want to say, though, guys, don't mess with karma this season. Do everything right. Do everything by the book. Do everything ethically. All right? Do what's fair for all parties involved. Even if that means that you desire someone else or you desire to do something else. If you're vocal about it and you're honest about it, then you're still doing it in the right way. All right, what's coming in towards my Geminis, please? You bet your ass you have new beginnings. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups. What's that? Nine of Pentacles. I love it. And Knight of Swords. You are definitely saying goodbye to your past. This is the week where it triggers. This is the week where it all begins. I'm looking at the Fool at the bottom of the deck. The Fool goes through a journey. They don't give a shit what's lined up. Relationships, jobs, money, whatever. They take the risk. They take the plunge, regardless. Right? It's like Alice in Wonderland. She sees a hole, she jumps down. She's like, fuck it. The hole might eat me alive, or I might find an adventure. You go for the adventure. All right? Because Knight of Swords is you run in, you say some stuff. Right? Nine of Pentacles, which, by the way, 9 is about self. You are financially independent and able and capable. So you feel fine to do things on your own. This is also you being single. All right? Six of Cups. You are now happily closing the door to your past. and you are happily going towards a passionate new beginning or a project or job. Okay? You're taking that risk. Fuck it. Let's throw some spaghetti up against the wall and see what sticks. Gemini, I love it. I love your energy this week. I've been so excited to do your reading. I could not wait. Because these big ass planets that are going into Aries, yes, they affect the collective. But for the air signs, the hit fire different. But for air signs, you guys are meant to be blessed by these energies. Big, huge positive energies. I just want to make sure that as we're doing your reading that we're using tarot correctly so you benefit from it, all right? So you navigate through your situation in a way where your abundance comes to you clean, all right? What is the surprise this week for Gemini? Because the reason I say that to you is because I remember your readings from last year. And I remember how challenging they were. And I remember the ups and downs and the difficulties you guys went through. And I remember you navigating some, hard stuff. This is the time where you get to reap those rewards, Gemini. All right. Also, your ruling planet closest to the moon, everything is going to seem so crystal clear. Everything's going to seem so obvious. And you're going to say to yourself, one, that's an eye-opener. Two, why didn't I see this before? Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse. Interesting combination there. And the Page of Swords. All right. So, you are not only getting wiser, you guys are already intelligent. You're already one of the smartest signs in the zodiac wheel. But now you're being effective too. You're starting to learn to be stealthy. Page of Swords. Yeah, you're stalking, but that's because you're trying to do homework and get information so you can make correct decisions. What's an interesting combination for me, though, is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse. First and foremost, for queens. When they're in reverse, she's not fun to be with. She being female in the card, this being you, male, female, whatever your pronoun is. I love you. This is you. You're being selfish, but this is a necessary selfishness. This is the first house of Aries that I was talking about, that you're all popping in and be like, wait a minute, folks. We had Neptune in goddamn Pisces for 14 years that forced me to think about the other person. That only made me think about the other person, made me think about them and not myself. Now it's gone into Aries. Now you get to think about yourself. And that's okay. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, she goes outside her door. She takes the welcome mat. She pulls it in the house. She closes the door and she says, out of service. Why? Because inside you are trying to heal yourself. You are trying to take care of you. Why are you doing that? Because the Queen of Pentacles in the upright position, she's nurturing. She's loving. She's kind and caring. She takes care of business. She brings stability to everybody, and she takes care of everyone around her. Well, you know what? She's worn out. She's worn out. So she needs to go in reverse and go take care of her. Where the reverse happens, she nurtures herself. She takes care of herself. She finds her own personal stability, Nine of Pentacles. And she says, hey, you, what do you need to be okay? Right? And then the Five of Wands in reverse, where, by the way, the fives are challenging. In the reverse is how we would like to see them. It's saying your blocks and obstacles are being removed. That's why I was like, holy shit, that's a pretty interesting combination. I'm a little jealous of it. I'm very impressed by it, to be quite honest with you. So two things are happening here, Gemini. You guys are taking care of business. You guys are taking care of yourself first, because with equity, the best thing you could do is value your highest and most productive possession. What is that? It's you. Because if you're not able to produce for others, then that's it. It's done. It's like loving mom, loving dad, happy kids. Shitty, sad mom, shitty, sad dad. It gets trickled down to the kids. And we have a sad family and everyone is miserable. Anyway, and less productivity. So this is how the universe strangely works. For you guys, you don't know where this energy is coming from. And maybe some of you right now are listening to me. You're like, yeah, you're full of shit. Am I? Because this is a future prediction. I'm telling you, come back to this and you will see what I'm talking about. This is fantastic. You guys are taking care of business. Somehow, some way, your blocks, obstacles, and challenges remove themselves and you take care of you. Others of you, you do this by yourself. You're like, you know what? No one's coming to save me. I'm going to save myself. That's the vibe I'm getting from there. I just, when I'm thinking of you guys and I'm picturing you guys, this is the images I'm getting. I'm just seeing you guys standing tall. I'm seeing your shoulders rise. I'm seeing your head like a little higher now. I'm seeing you, full of force and life and light, ready to move forward. Before you make that next move, though, you try to do a little homework. You're like, I'm not doing things stupid anymore. Let me just get my information so when people come at me, I got the information. All right. Yeah, I was vibing you guys this week. I was like, oh, I don't know. I can't wait to do Gemini. It's going to be exciting. What's the advice here? Love it. There's a partnership waiting for you in the ranks. You know who this is. You know who this is? This is somebody that you're in love with. Or if this is business related, this is somebody where it's mutual, like you just vibe. They're the peanut butter to your jelly. You get it. They're the Nutella to your vanilla. Look at this, 2 of Cups. There is somebody here that feels the same way you do. Maybe you did not exchange the I love yous. Maybe you didn't talk about this yet. Maybe you haven't spoken about this proposal. You should, because it's mutual. What's this? The 9 of Swords in reverse. I'm loving that. This just gets better and better, guys. 9 of Swords in their upright position. This is stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. You know what? You're going to mitigate this by talking to this person that you feel this way about. Okay? So 2 things are going to happen. Either they're going to tell you, yeah, I agree. And then you produce like this love affair, or you produce this, business or company, or you now know where you stand. There's no fail there at all. What is the outcome of the week, please? It's funny, like some of my friends come up to me, they're all different signs, and they're like, oh, I can't wait for your Pisces reading, or, your Sagittarius. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want you to hear it this week. I was like, oh, yeah, it's not going to be great. But like, if Taurus or Gemini or Libra came up to me, or even Aquarius, I'm like, oh, yeah, you got to hear it. Oh, my God, you got to hear it. Leo, too. It's pretty good. But let's see you. Outcome of the week. 10 of Wands in cross. This is your only challenge. And it's not even a bad one. I know you want to give up on a certain situation or a certain thing. Don't give up quite yet, all right? Because I know something's burdening you because you're right at the precipice where you're handling everything with a chef's kiss, right? You're about to tie something off with a bow and begin a new beginning. But make sure the thing that you tie off with a bow, the bow gets sealed, right? Because you do have a little bit of unfinished business here, as we see with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But here, you're challenged by something that's burdening you. You're like, I can't take it anymore. So this, of course, can very much be you feeling responsible for 2 people. And you got to kick one to the curb and you feel bad about it. It's an example. You're not all in that situation. Or you want to quit this one job to go to another. And you're like, I don't know. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Don't let that hold you back. You can't give up right now. Use all your strength and perseverance to get through this. All right? With Strength card. Others of you, you need to resist the toxicity, the bullshit, and the crap because you're this close to getting it all. And I don't want you guys to fall off. All right. That was a mouthful. Yeah, that was a big thing. Now, let's get into the details. What is the King of Swords in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Pentacles? Hierophant. Yeah, this is definitely somebody you were married to or are married to. Page of Wands. But you are curious about something or someone. Page of Wands. Yeah. What would happen if I did that? Or what happens if I scratch that itch? You won't know until you start manifesting it, which is what you start to do. Because, you know, I got to tell you, lovers and Hierophant are not the same thing. This isn't your husband or your wife. This isn't your spouse. This isn't your significant other. This is not your boyfriend or girlfriend. This is somebody you have not introduced the world to, but it is a choice. So that scratch might very well be like, where can this lead? Let's see what's going on here. Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Yeah, I knew you wanted to fall out. I'll let you fall out. The Devil and the Seven of Wands. You are resisting something toxic. That's the good news. That's Capricorn energy there. I see you over there with the Magician, Gemini energy, plus the Lovers. Seven of Cups. All right, here's the interesting thing. All right, fall out, fall out. Here's the interesting thing of you this week. And these are the clarifiers, so they're clarifying to me what is. So, this new beginning that you're trying to have, right? As you close the door to your past, Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, you are single. Knight of Swords, after you've rushed in and communicated something and said, blah, I'm doing this. This comes to you guys. I'm telling you, it's your planet that's coming in direct, everything coming direct. And the last week of March, Mercury is direct. Everything becomes crystal clear as you pause. So if you're listening to this on the 20th, I still want you to keep doing what you're doing because you got 3 sevens, which is extremely significant. It is a huge, powerful thing here for me telling me these are you pausing. Okay, this is you taking a beat, a break. You are deflecting and you are ghosting perhaps somebody. Others of you, you're having an affair because you're thinking about who to invest in, whether it's a job or a person, because there's options clearly right there. Now, I think what you're trying to do, and this is probably why I saw the Page of Swords, you're waiting for the other person to come back to you, to tell you something, or so you can make a decision and or a choice. But meanwhile, let me skip over to your advice where it's telling you none of this should apply. Non-applicable, Gemini. Go towards this person who feels the same way as you. But I digress. We'll see. But I see you trying to not put yourself into an old cycle again. Not put yourself on a merry-go-round. You know, this is those things where, you know, you say to yourself, like, why do I repeat the same fucking patterns? Date the same people, take the same jobs, allow the same crap from people to wipe their feet on my doormat. I need to stop doing that. That is why we had Mercury retrograde. So we would do that. We would pause, we would reflect on the toxic shit. Now, some of you specifically, you are dealing with something toxic. I think this is more of you getting obsessed and getting caught up on something because you're pausing to think about all this stuff. And that's what's turning into a burden for you. This right here. That's why it's your challenge and your outcome position. But let's see what the Five of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There was a big speech here. I know. I'm sorry, but I just need you to carry these energies with you for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, I want you to remember that. You're doing what you need to do, but I just want to make sure you do it correctly, which I think you are anyway. Yes, you are. 100% now confirmed. Oh, yeah. Six of Swords. Do you see this? You're mentally disengaging because you're swords anyway. You're an air sign. Swords are air. You're saying, I'm leaving and I'm going that way. Because that way I see the sun. Because when I look that way, I see storms and clouds and chaos and I need to leave. But you're not alone. You're going towards a fresh new start in love. Look where it leads you. This leads you here. Happily ever after place. Happily ever after planet. We're not there yet. This is down the pike. But let's see what the Two of Cups is saying for your advice. So for me, what it feels like here, Gemini, that you see an opportunity and you take it. Okay, that's kind of clearly what it is. Your blocks, obstacles, and challenge leave, and you take it upon yourself to accept and take the opportunity and go, right? And you go and you say, I'm out, I'm going towards new love. What's challenging you is to fully commit and say goodbye to your past. Maybe in your head you're there, but now everything else has to catch up. Your mind, your heart space, your actual stuff. But there's a Two of Cups there. Because I see you pausing and reflecting like, can I build it there too? Sure. Grass isn't greener on the other side, Gemini. The grass is green where you water it. You focus on this and you water this, this will grow. That's just as simple as it is. Outcome of the week, 10 of Wands in the cross, please. The Emperor, Aries energy there. And 8 of Wands. You're going back and forth with somebody here. You could be going back and forth with an Aries or an authority figure, which is like a father figure, a mentor, a boss. Authority is like a judge, however you see that. Others of you, maybe you're just dealing with an Aries and you guys are going back and forth, but there's a burden here. Some sort of responsibility to this. You're definitely going to a solid new start. End of. I just saw Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. This is solid. This is take it to the bank and cash it. New job. New relationship. This is just wrapping it all up. That's a wrap, folks. All right. Look, I think you're still doing everything the right way. Because you are going back and forth with this person. You're not just leaving it there to hang. Oracles, what am I going to talk about for love? Sorry, didn't mean to get feisty. Wedding, yes, we are married. Ooh, look, very soon. I think this very soon is your Ace of Cups person. Others of you, yes, very soon you have to decide what you're doing with your marriage. Clearly. For me, clearly. Because there's cups here, there's marriage, there's lovers. We got a combination of complicated shit going on. Now, if this isn't you, you are involved with someone like this. This is the storyline. It resonates or it doesn't. Okay, any advice for health and wealth for my gems, please? Gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who you are grateful for right now. Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of the universe. Keep focused. This is you being on the right track here, like this. That's why I kept saying throughout your reading, just make sure you're fair, you're balanced, you're honest, because this is karma season. And, this is like kind of the universe is looking to see what everyone's doing because air signs are being rewarded. So make sure you are humble as you do this. All right, guys. And this isn't just you, Gemini. This is all the air signs. This is Aquarius and Libra as well. All right, that's what I got for you. Extenders, I'll see you over there. And members, everyone else, I'll see you next week.